Sisehlelweni Kusile Breakfast Show siqhubeka nalo ke hlelo siyanibingelela siyanemukela amalangeni amahle imizuzu sengemashumi amabili namine 24 minutes after 7 khona ke la ehlelweni Kusile Breakfast Show sengikhanga ke nginati info lengitibonako la lesabeke sikhuluma ngato ukuthi ke mathudane lengiphathelo ke ngiba ka fair trade njengoba ke basivakashele la ehlelweni yona ke ikusile breakfast show sithatha kuthola wona ke umbiko wemgwaco lo sathisayo ukuthi ke simo emigwaqweni livela kangwane ke sinjani njengoba ke siya kiyo ke impela sonto kwadise ukuthi ke bese kuyaphithitela ke tinzaweni ke letinyenti enize ke nishayele kahle emalangeni lamahle sinifisela ke usuku loluhle lomuhla ke ekseni siba ka KBS la emsakatweni wetithombe iSwazi TV. Ngihlethe nabaka SWIFT la batasichazela kafishane ke ngelanga ke lelikhulu lesitabe ke sinalo ke lugujwa ke kusasa lana iWorld Fair Trade Day batasichazela ukuthi yini yona le fair trade mbamba bese ngihlela ke nebaka Tintsaba la. Sasha, good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning, thank you for having us.
Okay, we also have people from Tintsaba. Good morning and welcome to the show as well.
Good morning.
Okay, you seem to be all dolled up with things that are locally made. I'd like one for myself.
She's the right person to speak to. Oh, yes. These are actually products from Tintsaba Craft, which Sindie works for.
Sindie works for. Sindie, thank you so much for coming to the show. Sasha, please tell us briefly about your organization.
Well, Swaziland Fair Trade is a member-based non-governmental organization. We provide training, trade, and advocacy to sustain socio-economic businesses, producers in Swaziland. We are mainly focused on the handcraft sector at the moment. So we work with a lot of different organizations, or rather companies and artisans around Swaziland. We currently have 21 members, companies, and 25 artisans. So artisans are basically our level 1 producers that we train and we work on to develop their products so that they ready to be sold internationally.
Okay. Yeah. What is fair trade? You know, it sounds to me like a complicated term. If you look at people are used to the term trade fair, and now we are talking about fair trade. What is trade? What is fair trade?
Well, it's an alternative, you know, to the conventional trade. So basically with fair trade we have principles in place where basically when that involves producers and buyers. So we basically sustain and regulate the partnerships and the relationships between producers and consumers. What happens is we have members, say maybe Tintsaba, that have producers that work for them to produce these products that you see here. What we do is we basically foster that relationship between the companies and see whether the principles of fair trade are being implemented in the processes. We have 10 different principles that we apply in making sure that the companies are fair trade certified.
Okay. Sindie, I will come back to you shortly, but Sasha, I just want to find out from you. This seems to me like an organization that wants to address certain challenges that existed in the market, that these producers were faced with before. Would you be in a position to highlight some of those challenges that your organization tries to address and help these consumers to be in a better position than they were before you were involved with them?
All right. Yes. So, for instance, one of the principles that we have is creating opportunities for economically disadvantaged producers. What happens is you get producers. So, like Tintsaba has over 900 women in rural areas that create these baskets that you see here.
Okay.
These women are basically business owners in themselves. We are empowering them to be business owners. We go there and see that they are treated fairly, that they are paid a fair price for their product. So Tintsaba, for instance, will go there and hire these women to produce these products for them and buy these products from them. They supply them with the product, with the material, and make sure that all the processes are fair. We try and see that they are paid fairly. The processes are done in a way that is fair trade approved. So in that way we create more job opportunities for these women and make sure that they are their businesses is growing and they are empowered in themselves.
Okay, beautiful. Sindie, now coming back to you, tell us briefly about Tintsaba and your relationship with SWIFT.
Okay. Tintsaba started in 1984 with about 12 women. So by the late Sheila Frementley. we over the years we have invested time in refining the work that we do. So we do quite a lot of things like baskets, jewelry, and the involvement with we work with the women as part of trying to improve their lives, because most of them are in the rural areas and they don't have any other alternatives in terms of getting money. So we train them to become their own, to own their own businesses, so that they can get money, so that they can be able to take their children to school, because most of them they cannot afford to leave their homestead to go and look for jobs.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you identify these women? As you speak, there could be someone out there that you could make use of. How do you get to a point where you identify that someone could produce something that is of the standard that you want?
Oh, well, there are trainings involved, because like I said, we started in 1984. So we are being approached by several people, several organizations as well. And at times it's just within. You would find that we go to a certain area, like at Ebutleni, and then one person comes from another place. Then they will see her doing the work, and then they get interested. So it's just a matter of us going to that particular group and then look at the skills that they have, and then we take it from there. So we will offer trainings for them and buy whatever they have produced, so that they are encouraged to continue. So
okay.
Then we will continue to train them, so that they get the skill and get to the quality that we are looking for.
Okay. You said to me earlier that your organization, or this organization Tintsaba, started in 1984, but now working with SWIFT, an organization that started 2 to 3 years ago in Swaziland.
Yes.
How has that enhanced your relationship, and how has that made sure that your organization is growing, or you've benefited in some kind of way?
Okay, first of all, I would just clarify also that Tintsaba is a World Fair Trade member,
of course,
organization. So we were certified in 2010. So working with SWIFT has helped us a lot, because they continue to assist in developing the lives of the women, like giving us workshops to improve the way that we work. Business-wise as well, they help us to improve in many things.
Of course.
Yes.
Now, Sasha, let's refer to this organization in particular, Tintsaba. Were they before in a position, or were they before in a state where they were manipulated, for instance, in terms of pricing, that you have managed now to put in place a structure where the prices that they receive in the market are ones that are fair?
No, I would say that they were pretty much had it handled. What SWIFT basically does with Tintsaba is we offer, say, strategic planning. We help them with their business in terms of where to go, give them market access for these producers mostly. With the producers that we actually go and see them. We do surveys with these producers to see that they are being, given the right opportunities. But with the relationship with Tintsaba that we have is more to improve Tintsaba, to give them more job opportunities and to open up a market for them. So, for instance, we'll organize trade shows where we'll invite Tintsaba to come and trade. We will invite them. For instance, we're having Bushfire Marketplace, which is completely 100% SWIFT members only. So for that opportunity, they get to come and trade on an international level, because you have a lot of international visitors during that festival. So that's what SWIFT does for Tintsaba.
Okay. Are you happy with the footprint of your organization? A lot of women out there are disadvantaged. Are you happy with the kind of coverage that you have in the market?
Yes, definitely. Okay. A lot of people have benefited by being part of SWIFT, and a lot of people are interested in applying and being members to this day.
Okay. One of the principles that you have here is creating opportunities for economically disadvantaged producers. What are you doing to make sure that you are radical in making sure that even those that you have not reached yet are drawn closer to your organization?
Well, we have a lot of opportunities. So, for instance, with the marketplace being 100% SWIFT, they know that even if they do handcraft or they do some hand-made products, they cannot trade if they're not part of SWIFT. So they have to join the organization, and we always draw them by offering the training. We have people that train them. It's very, very easy to join, and it's very, very cheap. So we have people from different other organizations that offer product development for these artisans that we have, which is quite an attractive package if you think about it.
Okay, let's Sindie, let's talk about things like this. Where with this kind of creativity, are the people trained officially, or it's just natural talent that they have?
Well, so because we do invite designers from all over the world to help us design quite a number of things in our organizations, but things like the baskets have been a skill from mother to daughter. So what we do is that we just encourage the producers in the basket part of it. We encourage the producers to do best, and then most of the patterns it just flows from them. And then other products, we have designers that are coming in to help us to develop new things. And then because we actually having the 900 women that are in the rural areas, and then we have a creative workshop where we put things together. So we would visit the rural areas where we give them the raw material they produce, and then we take it to our workshop based in Pixpeak, where we put together the things like angels, the jewelry. We also have a silver workshop where we do what Sasha is wearing.
Okay.
So we have two workshops, and then we have where we make natural stuff made out of the sisal, but without silver or anything. So we have a team of 8 women that are putting things together.
Yes. Sasha, we are celebrating a World Fair Trade Day tomorrow. What is the significance of this day?
Well, the significance of World Fair Trade Day is to encourage people to trade fairly, and also just to raise awareness to fair trade in Swaziland and just globally. So we would like to encourage people to buy fair trade. So if you want to, say, maybe buy a bottle of chili sauce, buy a Black Mamba chili sauce, because it's fair trade certified, as opposed to other chili sauces. And it's nice because it's made in Swaziland. So we're really promoting Swazi products and empowering Swazi business owners. Buy from Tintsaba, buy from Conroe, buy from Eswatini Kitchen. That is a way people can support fair trade tomorrow. And also just in business, to trade fairly, to pay a fair price to your employees. That is being a fair trade advocate, and that's what we are encouraging for tomorrow.
Okay. On a broader scope, this seems to me like a big an organization that tries to empower producers who otherwise would have been disadvantaged if you were not there. What is your relationship with the Ministry of Commerce in terms of making sure that this grows and gets the recognition that it deserves?
We actually are in partnership with the Ministry of Commerce. They do assist us and offer support to Swaziland Fair Trade in different ways. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In what way will you be participating in the World Fair Trade Day tomorrow?
It's just to be fair to everyone, and for sure, as she has said, that to support fair trade is just to buy what has been produced fairly, because the income that comes from whatever you bought, it will go back to the rural women, the most disadvantaged people out there.
Okay. Sasha, perhaps you would like to talk to women who would like to participate, or producers who would like to be members of SWIFT. What do they need to do to make sure that they are on board?
Well, they need to visit our office to fill out an application form. Our office is at Oribi Court on Alistair Miller Street. We'll then take it from there. They just need to come in and fill in an application form, and then we'll have to assess their product to see if it's SWIFT ready or if we can work with it.
It has to be SWIFT certified. Esikhuluma baga SWIFT la kanye baga Tintsaba basichazela kakhulu ke nangetinto abaziproducako ukuthiwa ke sukela likhulu la le World Fair Trade Day tomorrow. Office ke labo ke mangafisa ukuva kabandi la kukwamile ke street mawubheka ngasemsakatweni ungakafiki ke noko ungase uhamba uyabuda ke mangabe ke ungadi ucele ke bakulayele ke iOribi Court lapho kutholakala khona ke office la ka SWIFT noma ke ungakafiki nje noma ke mangabe wethu ufike ubude la kune cinema lapho kune what's the video shop
Webstars, or they can email us info@swazifairtrade.org.
Would you like to give out a telephone number as well?
It's 2404 1468.
Okay. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuzivakashela ke ehlelweni kusile breakfast show namhla ekseni.
Thank you.
All
Thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Sigwinyamathe ke bangosilenhle imizuzu sengemashumi ke lamabili namunye 21 minutes before 8 la ehlelweni kusile breakfast show. Sagwinyamathe sithubeke nalo ke masinyane.